Konnichiwa! Welcome to Japan for the third round of the Formula One World Championship. We are actually having quite a good time of things thus far with Jaguar. We're very much enjoying this new save and having some decent results. We were really pleased with Australia, and we were pleased with the increase in difficulty with China. We obviously didn't get anywhere near as good a result, but it was certainly a much more realistic showing. So we'll wait and see what happens at Japan now as well. China, the AI tend to be a bit stronger than me on this year's game, whereas last year actually we were quite strong in China. Japan, I've tended to be quite weak at, but we have made slight changes to setup over time to make myself a little bit more competitive. So we pray for decent weather here. We haven't been able to upgrade the car yet. We are in the processes of doing so, but we're waiting for parts to be added to the car in a couple of weeks' time, in a couple of races' time, so we can start closing the gap to those further up. This one, not a sprint weekend, just the regular 3 practice sessions, 1 qualifying session, and 1 race. Aye, and it's dry until the race day, which will start wet. We start with rain, and we'll start probably on intermediates in the Japanese Grand Prix, but probably before that halfway point, it will dry up. Right, okay, that's something we're going to have to deal with and manage. Weather is certainly a difficulty for me on this year's game. I'm not very good in the rain and wasn't very good in the rain on 24 either. 23 was the last time I was able to be even remotely competitive in the rain, but it's not raining all the time, so we should be good. And it's a track we love to drive that looks fantastic this year with the new LiDAR scanned to the nanometer perfection Suzuka circuit. So without any further ado, I'm going to head there if you don't mind. Drop the video a like, I'd very much appreciate it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. Join me on stream, whether that's here or on Twitch. Links in the description down below. And I'm going to go and sort my setup out, get as many resource points as I can. The car feels really nice in practice. The setup is pretty spot on. And I feel quite smooth as well. Whether it's fast or not is a different matter. But I feel comfortable around Suzuka right now. But whether comfortable is quick, we don't yet know. We will find out in due course, obviously. I'm just going to put some fresher parts in for quali so that we are as fast as we possibly can be in the important sessions. And then from there, hopefully, we will qualify very well indeed. I'd like to make it to Q2 here at least. I'd love to be 14th or higher in qualifying for Suzuka. Right, nail the chicane. Oversteer on the exit. Battery. DRS to the line. A 30.4 puts me 12th at the moment. I might need to be faster than a 30.4 to get through out of Q1, you know. I think. So we're in the 28s up top. 28 and a 0.5 from Piastri. Okay, no, we might be alright then. If they're in the 31s back there, a mid-30 should be enough. We might be able to only go out once here in this session. We only need to be top 16. And we've got 4 tenths in hand there. Give or take a couple of milliseconds. So I'm going to risk it for a biscuit and not go out a second time. And hope that we stay. Fernando Alonso has improved, but hasn't caught me. Alright, yeah, we're through. We're through. I think Webber's out. Unfortunately, I dropped to 13th. Webber is indeed out, unfortunately. P18 for him with a 30.888. One of the Williams out with Albon. That is a surprise. Although it is quite an aero-dependent circuit at Suzuka, and the Williams is traditionally not that strong at that sort of circuit. And Aston Martin out as well in Lance Stroll and Sauber. It's one of lots of different teams, which just shows you how close we all are. Normally, if there's someone that stands out team-wise that isn't good enough, you'd get both drivers eliminated. But there's one Alpine, one V-Cub, one Sauber, one Aston Martin, one Jaguar, one Williams. That's absurd. It's so competitive. Well, I don't think we'll get to Q3, but we'll give it a damn good go. chicane. Don't get wheel spin on exit. Last bit of battery. And to the line. It's a 30.2. Now I know for a fact that's not me through. Because at P13, because everybody in the top 10 after their first run had done a 29 something. But I said I'd be happy with a low teen, and well, I couldn't get any lower in the teens, could I really? And I was 0.3 off even P12, so there was no way we were going to get into that top 10. Nico Hulkenberg whacking out a 29.6 in a McLaren, a 29.3 from Ocon in a Haas. Damn. That is rapid. So the other Alpine is out, as is the other Aston Martin, one of the Haas's, and the other Williams and VCARB and Jaguar. We will start, barring any grid penalties, 13th then, here in Japan. That's decent though. It's 3 places higher, well 4 places higher than we qualified and 3 places higher than we started in China. Piastri on pole, your Chinese Grand Prix winner. Will start from first this time around. I think that's his first pole of the season. Norris was on pole last time out. He starts third. Leclerc and Hamilton fourth and fifth. Tsunoda sixth. Then Russell and Antonelli in an all-Mercedes fourth row. Ocon and Hulkenberg unsurprisingly 9th and 10th, but they've still done fantastically well to get there. We will be 13th. No grid penalties for anyone that was in front of us. And was there any retirements in China? Max retired, didn't he? I think that was China. Did Lewis retire in China as well, potentially? No penalties for anybody. It's raining, of course, at the start, so it will be intermediates from the off, but we know it's going to stop raining. Oh, I've forgotten about that as well. Oh!
I'd love to give them a strong result to watch today, plus a good result might make my post-race meetings a little bit easier.
I'll try, Mark. I'll do my absolute best to get the strongest possible result here for Honda, who, of course, at least this year, for the final year, are able to be part of the team that put together the Red Bull powertrain from 2026 onwards. It will be, I think it's Ford that are helping out Red Bull make their powertrain, potentially. Certainly Ford are involved. So it's going to start wet. But we're not going to be boxing, I don't believe, for another set of inters. We will take this first set of inters to the rain. And then it might be, depending on how many laps are left, either hards to the end or medium-soft to the end. Maybe even medium-medium, depending on when it stops raining. But it will rain for a little while, as you can quite clearly see at the top there. But we do have forecast on approximate. So that's not golden. That's not definitely what's going to happen. It's just giving us a rough idea. So there's not really much we need to change, really. So we'll just dive straight in.
Okay, you're doing well out there. Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain. 10 minutes.
10 minutes only of rain forecast. As you can see, there's quite a bit of standing water, so it is still quite wet. So even when the rain stops, it will take a little while for the water to disperse. So I'd imagine we're still going to be pretty wet until lap 10 or so, but it's definitely going to be medium, I think, with regards to pit stops from there. Once we get off these intermediate tyres, we shall park as best we can. There will do. That was probably as far as I could possibly go without actually being over the line. Wait for everybody to form up behind us, and off we go for the Japanese Grand Prix. A very damp Japanese Grand Prix. A soggy Suzuka, as chat has called it. Careful with the wheel spin. Definitely got quite a bit in the second phase, but we're away. Don't want to get too far on the outside, but at the same time I don't want to get tucked up on the inside and end up having to get out of it. Just drifted wide with sheer dirty air and lack of downforce there. We've lost the position to Ollie Behrman. But it's alright at the minute. We're managing. You guys know how poor the My Team car handles in the rain in these early races. Before you're able to make many upgrades, it's not exactly great, even when you have made upgrades. So, lots of wheel spin. Really, really difficult to get the power down. Even in fifth gear, the rear wheels are giving it a good old go of trying to send the car sideways. think it's going to be a case of just trying to hold position as best we can, he says, with Fernando Alonso behind me, until the dry weather. And then when we're in the dry, hopefully, we can stand a chance of being a bit more competitive. Utilising the battery is always important in any race, but especially in these early races where you haven't upgraded your ERS, so your recuperation isn't very high. There's so much standing water still, even if it's only 10 minutes more rain. We're not going to be on dries before lap 10, I don't think. And a couple are getting punchy through 130R. That's Behrman and Lawson. Lawson holds position. We will stay P14 at the start of the race. Alonso's got a run on me, although he's not that close, and he's actually going to back out of it. Fair enough. Thank you, Fernando. Give me a little bit of a reprieve. There's definitely a gap opening up in front of Lawson at the minute, but I wouldn't say I'm getting held up. Behrman probably is getting held up at the minute because he's been glued to the back of Lawson's car the whole time, but I've always been at least 3/4 of a second behind the pair of them. So at the minute, I'm just trying to hold station. We don't look like we're going to make any improvements forward at the minute in these conditions. We've definitely got a couple of cars behind that would be very eager to get past given the opportunity. Albon and Alonso are right there. And there's a little bit of a gap back to the Alpine behind, which I think is Gasly, because Doohan is running right at the very back right now. Still raining. Still said about 10 minutes until the rain stops as of this point in the last lap. So it might be closer to lap 15 before we're on dry tyres, but as far as I'm concerned, the sooner we get off the inters, the better. Just feels like I'm snaking and slithering all over the place, driving on ice at the minute. I'll ask about the weather now.
ETA on this rain clearing up
about 10 minutes still.
So just keep your concentration out there. You're doing well.
Max just did a 142.8. I just did a 146 flat. We are over 3 seconds a lap slower than those at the front of the field. Jesus, we've got a lot of work to do to try and make this car a front-running machine. Still able to keep with Behrman and Lawson though. But you can see how the gap is just growing and growing to Sainz in front in P11.
Right, keep pushing. You're gaining on the car ahead.
Thanks for talking to me on the way into a braking zone, making me look at the gap. Mark, appreciate that. Behind Alonso now. Just as we're coming up to turn 1. So you're gaining. So I was like, am I? Glanced up, missed my braking point. Run wide, and Alonso nabs P14. Down to 15th. This is where you'd hear someone like Charles Leclerc come over the radio. Stop talking to me, please. Not in the corners, especially. Well, we're about to start lap 10. And as you can see, the rain is still just about falling. But there is definitely a racing line emerging. Or a racing... Oh my god. A racing line has emerged. Not that I'm on it. That's why I don't talk as much during Formula 1 recordings. The moment I open my mouth, make a massive mistake. Okay, well we're P17 then. And now, more so than ever, timing the change to dry tyres, as it has now, as you can clearly see, stopped raining. Timing the switch to a dry tyre is going to be absolutely crucial. Question is, what tyre do we go to? There's still a lot of race left. It could well be medium hard from here, or it could be medium medium. Certainly, it's not hards to the end, that's for sure. So I will set mediums as my next tyre, and we'll stop for those at the first dry stop. If we're able to go medium to the end, we will. But if we have to go to the hard tyre, we will still have the hard tyre available. But it is drying up quite quickly. I did say about lap 10 I thought it would. It's not quite as dry as I thought it might be by lap 10. But certainly we're not far away from dry tyres, that's for sure. In a position now where I don't know if I'm sliding around because it's still a little greasy or just because my intermediates are quite worn. So I'd be sorely tempted to box this lap, take a gamble and put a set of mediums on. I will ask about the weather. I know it's not going to rain, but they will tell me what they think about the tyres. Yeah, there you go. That's the radio call I'm after, where they're not sure. I reckon by the end of this lap, we're going to need to put some mediums on. So I'm going to box this lap for a set of medium tyres, I think. Chat reckons box. Box we shall. Mayor pit lane. Mayor pit lane.
Okay, let's
it's a good stop.
Now. Come on.
Decent stop. Now then. Have we gone too soon? Or have we timed it just right?
Okay, this isn't your true position. They haven't pitted yet, so don't waste time fighting. Bring your tyres in gently, and let's go for it.
Don't waste time fighting, he says, as I'm 16 or 17 seconds from anybody. Don't worry, I'm not going to waste my time fighting. Oh, that's really... I think we might have gone maybe a lap or two too soon. It's really not far, oh. Really not far at all. I can get everything right. I'm going to have to be more precise, basically. Just like you see drivers in real life have to follow that ribbon of dry tarmac, I'm going to have to do the same. I don't know whether it'll be medium to the end or not, or whether it'll be medium hard, but this first set of mediums will help us make the decision. No, I think we've made the right decision. That one mistake isn't going to decide too much. I think we've made the right decision.
16.5 seconds.
It has defaulted to giving me a hard set next, which says that the game doesn't think I can make it medium. DRS enabled. There you go. They will be in this lap. I'm pretty sure. It looks like Max Verstappen is boxing. Is he? I'm not going to glance yet. No, he's just crossed the bloody start-finish line, so he's not boxing. But DRS is enabled, which isn't ideal, because everybody that has it now is going to help run away from it.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
We are starting to gain. Is it medium, or is it medium hard? I think it might be medium hard, but we will have to get to lap 33 or so again. Struggling to break at the hairpin. Have to make it to lap 33 or so to be able to go medium. Nobody in the box yet, though. They might be eking their inters out so that they can just go hards to the end. But I don't think a set of hard tyres really gets to the end with any real pace whatsoever from here. Maybe they do. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm the idiot. I am the only one that's made this decision, so it's more likely that I'm the idiot than there are 19 other idiots. But we are gaining. We are gaining.
Okay, stand by. We see a problem our end, and we're looking into it.
Oh, don't. Not another one. I don't mind DRS this time, because I don't need it at the minute. But don't put me in lean engine mode either, please. Oh. Great. Yeah,
Okay,
DRS has failed for the second race in a row. Excellent. Well, like I say, I don't need it at the minute, so it's not a massive issue. But they didn't fix it at all in China. There is only one DRS zone here, which is the main straight. So it's less of an issue here than it would have been in China. And even in China, it's less of an issue than it would have been in Australia. But it still
Okay, there's a fault with the DRS.
isn't great
You will
for it
not
to
be
fail
able to open
2
the rear
of the
wing. We're
opening
working on a
3
fix.
Grand
Stay
Prix
out for now.
weekends. I don't know I don't know if there's anything I can do durability wise. I'm pretty sure there isn't to ensure that it improves in its reliability. I'm just stuck with a dodgy DRS element. Gasly's in the box. There are a couple that have made the change and they've gone to mediums. I'm going to have to hope for track position here. And then get my elbows out. Because if I'm behind, as we've just discovered, I'm not going to be able to use my DRS to stay with them. Can I get around Albon here? Can I get around Albon here? Yes. That's important. We've got the track position. God, that's actually very, very important. Provided I can keep my elbows out and keep them behind. 10 seconds to Gasly. That was 2 point something when we pit.
Mark is in the pit lane. Mark in the pits now.
Yeah, along with everybody bloody else. Well, I didn't think we'd gone too soon because we were gaining on people. Bortoletto's actually gone to the hard tyre. Here comes Albon. There's nothing I can do about that at all, unfortunately, without draining my battery all in one go, and then I wouldn't have it the next lap. So track position is clearly only going to work to a certain extent with some cars. But we're now right back up with Lawson as we were before. We made the couple of mistakes that cost us positions in the first stint. So back into P14 and trying. Hopefully we'll be a little bit better at sticking with Lawson in these conditions than we were in the wet. Although obviously I have more worn tyres than they do right now, having boxed earlier.
Some of this energy. Come on.
Ah, so annoying. On to 15th. Those little individual errors that have always plagued me. And without DRS, I'm not in a position to be able to get the position back at the moment either. Sharpen up, Ches. Lap 21 to 53. Gauging how far these medium tyres go to make an educated decision as to about which compound we go to next. We definitely won't be this set of mediums to the end, that's for sure. We're about 2% a lap on the front left. So if these get to 33, then I'd say we could get the next set to the end. But these are going to have to get us to lap 33 at least if we're to go to mediums next. Monster's got a run on me. It's going to go up the inside at 130R. It's not going up the inside at 130R. Because he's not got the cojones. I was taking no prisoners then. We're trying to hang on to those in front, but without the DRS to keep us in touch. And now, obviously, more worn tyres. By a couple of tenths a lap, I'm starting to fall back. I wonder whether I should take an early stop, go to a set of hards, and hope that my DRS gets fixed. So that by the time everyone catches me up again, after the next round of stops, I can at least fight and stick with. Because I'd have comfortably stayed with these guys in front if my DRS was active. But it's not, so I can't. It's like China all over again. I don't know how far they're supposed to go, that's the problem. Bearman on Albon in front, or at least he thought about it. Didn't get it done though. Lee Behrman's starting to get a bit frustrated behind the Williams, whilst Lawson just toddles along in front of them, just as I'm toddling along in front of Alonso at the minute. I'm surprised that Lawson, well, I mean, I'm doing the same to Alonso, but I'm surprised that Lawson has been able to keep the Williams behind, because that's a notoriously quick car in a straight line, especially when its DRS is open.
Ahead, 2.5 seconds.
The Aston Martin is notoriously draggy and slow in a straight line, which is why I'm doing a better job of keeping Alonso behind. But Stroll is closing, as you can see. That was 5.5 seconds a few laps ago. Now it's 3.7. I think we do box early and go to hards, but I won't. It's not going to be massively early. It's going to be like lap 29 rather than lap 33, and that's still a long way to take a set of hard tyres. But without my DRS, yeah, Alonso's going to bottle it again. Without my DRS, I'm struggling. There's a yellow flag down the main straight, but that's not going to cause any sort of safety car, I don't think.
Okay,
it's Carlos Sainz retiring.
Okay, it looks like
there
the
he is.
problem's terminal. They're retiring the car.
Probably should. Of course, a VSC or something there, but nothing called. I thought about maybe taking a quick stop in case there was a VSC or safety car and taking the stop even earlier, but no. So this is now about the halfway stage of the race. I think it's lap 30. 29 or 30 for a set of hards to the end, I think. It's probably our best bet of maximising our potential finish. And they better fix my DRS in the pit stop this time, unlike China.
The car in front is a second a lap faster, 1 second. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by
there goes Fernando.
4 seconds.
Just not enough battery to battle any longer. Couldn't hold him at bay. I think next lap for hards is what I'm going to do. 29 for hards. Take them to the end. Then if there's a safety car or anything of the sort, or a red flag, then we've got another set of mediums we can go to. All softs, obviously, if it's a little bit later in the race. It wants me to box on lap 34 to go to the hards. I'm going to push to lap 30, I think. I'm just going to push to lap 30. This is painful, though.
No need to worry about the tyre conditions for now.
Please fix my DRS at the pit stop. I'm begging you. 32. No, I'm gonna go now. Here we go. Lap 32. Sorry, lap 31 for hard tyres. Please fix my DRS.
We had an issue removing the right rear
did.
wheel. I know it's not ideal, but let's try and put that behind us now and get back into this race.
That happens in the last stop as well. The second stop, not the last stop this race, I mean the second stop in China when they didn't fix my DRS. Probably because they took too long to do that.
Look after these tyres now.
Please tell me my DRS is fixed as I come out. It is. They have fixed the DRS. I am back in business. We're last right now, but we are back in business. DRS is repaired. Cost us an extra couple of seconds in the pit stop, because of course it did. But my DRS is a go, go, go once more. And that, hopefully, will help us from here maximise our finish. Would have been nice to go the whole race with a working DRS, but what can you do? 2 out of 3 races though with a broken DRS is pretty unlucky. My bodged pit stop luck is still very high in terms of bad luck. Those of you that saw the last save will know that, and FC or F124 content too. I just have rotten luck with dodgy pit stops, and I've no idea why.
Okay, Bortoletto is ahead of you. And the time last lap, 1 minute 34.6. Less than a second separates you. Okay, they're on old hard tyres. Their tyres are 13 laps old. We think they've got one more stop.
Yeah, see, he went to hards at the last stop, and he's still doing half decent lap times after 13 laps. Which says to me, A, that I want to make this overtake now. Also says to me, this hard set will do me a good service throughout the course of the remainder of this lap.
Nice work, mate. That brings you up a place.
Had to make that overtake then. Whilst we were gaining, we were gaining on those in front. It wasn't by enough. I was stuck and losing time behind Bortoletto. We are no longer. So now is the time to make the most and take advantage of these fresh tyres. Worth noting that Max Verstappen has lapped us at this stage, with us having done an extra stop. So whether he gets back to us after his next stop and relaps us after we unlap ourselves, I'm not sure. We shall find out in due course, but at least we haven't had to lose time getting out of the way for Max, because we were in the pits. And you've seen already what that's done to the gap to Webber, and you've seen already how we've opened the gap to Bortoletto, which shows you equally how much time I was losing stuck behind him, and why it was so important to get that move done into the chicane last lap. Now we fight. Right, now it's not necessarily team orders, Mark, but I reluctantly let you go in the last race. I need you to do the same for me, please. Quite frankly, I think we should just have him anyway, although to be fair, they are very fast in a straight line here. I should be able to have him into the chicane the same way as Bortoletto, and actually it should be a little bit more comfortable than it was against Bortoletto as well. I would like to be behind him through the DRS detection point though, which I think we were. I'm around the outside, up the inside there, with DRS. Oi, yellow, sideways.
Blue flag, blue flag.
Seat position. There's a bloody McLaren. Where did you come from? Go away. Bortoletto's boxed from behind. I don't want to be letting anyone through. Oh, the McLaren boxed as well. No, he didn't. The McLaren's kept going. Okay, well, the McLaren will box next lap, if they're all boxing now. I didn't see if Max did. No, he didn't. He's still further down the road. If I could just stay far enough ahead for the remainder of the lap, I shouldn't have to give that position.
Tyre condition still looking
Oh
good.
God, you're telling me two things, Mark, at once. If we can maintain the gap, I'm not going to be able to maintain the gap. Just trying to not have to let him pass, because I know he's going to bloody box at the end of this lap, so there's no point letting him through if he's just going to get out of the way again. Still going to be quite warm by the time we get to the end. I'm going to not let him through here because I believe he's going to box. Box. Yes! Thank you! Tactic worked. That's Lance Stroll in the pits. That's Alex Albon out the pits, down the road in front of us. We've gained a little bit of time back. It was about 4 seconds to Albon. Pre-stop. It's now 1 second. It would have been more if we hadn't been stuck behind Webber and Bortoletto, but that's the nature of traffic. Well, I do have my DRS back. The question is, can I stay within a second's gap of Alex Albon? Intriguingly, they've all gone to the hard tyre as well. I thought they'd medium. They haven't. Which does level the playing field a bit more. I was thinking I'm going to be on worn hards and they're going to be on fresh mediums. But no. Worn hards versus fresh hards means it's going to be slightly easier, slightly less difficult to stay with or make some more positions. There's another gaggle that have just come out of the pit lane there. We're now going to race up behind. It's Alonso, Lawson and Behrman.
Behind, 27.
And whilst it's not the points, P11 is right there. And now I've got DRS back again. I should be able to hang on to the back of them. and we'll see what we can do. Behrman's actually getting away a little bit in that Haas. Max still hasn't boxed. Max and Yuki are still out on their hard tyres. And Bortoletto went to hards, and he's gone hard. Okay. Well, Max and Yuki are going hard medium then, because they're still going. They're not going to take the hards, they might even the hard soft, but I don't think the softs would make... Well, the softs definitely will make it from here, but if they can take those hards a bit further, then maybe. Both Red Bulls going hard medium, and at the minute, looking like they're nailed on for a 1-2.
We're starting to catch the car in front, but we need to look
Albon
after the
doesn't have
tyres.
DRS
We won't
here.
be making another pit stop.
I thought about it. It would have been absolutely ludicrous to have tried it. I hovered there in case he gave me space, in which case I would have lunged. But he didn't give me space, so we didn't pop our car in a position where I was just going to get wiped out. Piastri sets the fastest lap. Max is still, unless that's Tsunoda, one of the Red Bulls is still going. It is Verstappen. In fact, Tsunoda is still going as well and hasn't boxed, and Lando's taken him behind. But Verstappen and Tsunoda still going. They are surely going hard soft then. Given the gap he's got out front, provided his tyres won't get so worn they'd risk a puncture, Verstappen could comfortably run this hard set to the end. He's got such a lead over Lando, who's in second and has boxed. And Yuki, currently in third, is also yet to box, same as his teammates. He'll lose quite a few positions when he does eventually come in. But Max could go to the end here. And at the minute, I'm finding it hard to be convinced that he's not. Unless he's going to do 9 or 10 laps on a soft tyre at the end. I think he's going all the way on the one set of hard tyres. Lawson is starting to hold this group up again now.
Catching the car ahead, well done, but be aware
The Haas in front is stretching a little bit. And because Lawson has brought everybody back a bit,
okay, so we're leading our teammate by
Albon is now very comfortably in DRS range of Alonso, meaning he's going to be harder to overtake. Because A, there's less space to lunge into, and B, he's going to have DRS every lap now. So unless Alonso gets feisty with Lawson and tries to find a way past the RB, it's going to be extremely difficult in the 9.5 laps that remain to actually make any positions here. 15th is still a really solid showing. Our race pace is definitely not as good as our quali pace. Our single lap pace is decent, but that's what you expect in a My Team. Low fuel, take the extra weight factor out of it, and we can be punching it up there with the low teens on the fringes of Q3. I say fringes, still a few tenths away, but you know what I mean. Whereas in race pace, with the draggy, heavy, lumpy car that we've got, we're not yet in a position where we're challenging for points every race. Nor will we be for a little while. But the fact that we're fighting where we are at the minute is promising. We're still a lap behind those at the front, so we are still a very, very long way away from actually winning any races or challenging for a championship. But it is very encouraging at the minute to see the car holding its own where it is, especially at 105 difficulty, might I add. So the future's bright, the future's green, but at the minute it's still only pale green, not a rich, deep British racing green. There's a yellow flag behind, it's a McLaren. He's either out or has spun. think it's just a spin. I mean, he's still not moving, you know. It's the second McLaren. Yeah, he's just dropped it. And then he's just going to do what happened in China. Wait, actually, it's not what happened in China. Is he going again? He is, just starting to very much slowly get going again. Well, that's ruined his race. Isaac Hadjar's retired at a different point of the track as the McLaren gets going again. Yikes. It's all fallen apart for Isaac Hadjar, but that's behind us, unfortunately, so we're not going to gain a position from it. It'd be nice if the other RB retired, because then I could gain a position here, but we've been sat pretty for a while.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear
and
for
just
now. Keep taking
no
care.
one's able to make any moves because of the DRS train at the minute. Alonso's trying, but failing.
Gap to your teammate behind, 38.4 seconds.
So I care about the gap to my teammate behind. It's the gap to the car in front I've been worried about for a long time. Alonso did make an attempt to try and take Lawson last lap, but bodged it. But Albon has been dropped a little bit here. So if that gap to Alonso stays over a second between Albon and the Aston Martin, I'm going to have a go at Albon on lap 50 into turn 1. Or maybe this lap into the chicane, as has been our go-to overtaking spots so far this weekend. A little bit too far back, I think, for the chicane. Although if I used all my battery, I could probably give it a go. I could probably give it a go anyway. He's gonna go defensive. Around the outside, the Williams. That's P14. Beautiful. Right. Now we're on lap 50.
Keep going.
And Max ahead is on lap 51. So we do only have 3 laps to go. 50, 51, 52. Max is 51, 2, 3. I don't know if I'm going to be able to catch Alonso and Lawson, but I'll do my best to. But even just making one position makes me feel like it was worthwhile making the switch to the strategy we did. I've closed the gap a little bit to Alonso, but this is coming up to our last lap when we cross the line, so I'm not going to have any opportunity with DRS to get to him. Just have to hope that maybe we're fast enough on the next lap to have a go into the chicane, but I don't know as I overturn a 1.4 second gap this lap, do you?
Started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form. Let's make the most of it.
I'm trying. Can we catch Alonso on this lap? Come on. Come on. Come to me, Fernando. It's going to have to be a Herculean effort. It's going to take all of our battery. Max Verstappen wins the race. I'm going for it. Fernando Alonso is going to try and hold it round the outside. We steal P13 on the last lap. Sorry, Fernando. Thank you for that, pal. What a last lap that was. Oh-wee! Right, we got stuck for a while, but I tell you what, we made it worth it in the end. A P13 start, a P13 finish on paper doesn't look that impressive, but the manner in which we ended that Grand Prix, very pleased with that. Max Verstappen wins the Japanese Grand Prix just as he did in real life. Oscar Piastri finishes second, I believe, and Lando Norris threw away what could have been a podium for him potentially. I don't know whether Yuki held on, but the fact that the Red Bulls took those hard tyres all the way is a miracle. Such a long stint. Charles Leclerc does get the podium, and he was only 9/10 of a second behind Oscar Piastri at the end, but that was a really strong end to the race there for us. Unfortunately, Mark Webber finishes last of the finishers, but I tell you what, I very much enjoyed the final 5 laps of that Grand Prix. My thumb is killing me because I very much put everything into that, but I think we can take a lot of pride in the way that we raced that Grand Prix. We weren't competitive in the wet, but we clung on, and we tried something with strategy that in the end worked. We were 16th, 17th with a couple of mistakes made after we boxed for hard tyres, and we made that work. That was well worth it. Now, we do have some activities to do on the way to the Bahrain Grand Prix if we have enough time to get them done, which we do. The owner training, wait, I did actually off camera after you guys left me in the last episode. We unlocked a training point for our manager, for Nicky Lauda, and we've reduced the time to build facility improvements by 10%, or we will do once we've used that activity. It's going to say disappointing weekend, but let's be honest, it's not a disappointing weekend. That needs a tweak as far as I'm concerned. Research-wise, that's completed, which is excellent. Drag reduction I can't quite do yet, so we will do the front wing next. That should be hopefully done by Bahrain, although of course we will have to develop it once it's created, once it's been researched, but hopefully we'll be able to do that. Powertrain is on the way as well. We've got the resource points to be able to do some stuff here, and I'm going to go for ERS because that is vitally important for us when we're running low on battery. Now, we might have something to develop here as well, and we do indeed. We can do the floor stiffening aspects on one side of the garage. I can't actually do that yet because I've not got any available slots. On the powertrain, I've not got any available slots there either, and we haven't done anything on the durability side yet. What I do need to do is manage components. So Webber is going to be getting on a little bit with some of his components now. So let's put fresh bits in for him at every part that needs it, which is basically every part, apart from the control electronics. We'll continue to manage our own moving forward. Nothing to actually add to the car at the moment, but really pleased with the way that we've been able to maximise that finish. And we will be able to upgrade something else, or at least start upgrading something else on the engineering facility side of things once we get past that one day. It's only a week between Japan and Bahrain, but we will spend some more money and add something else to the team factory back home. And I think we're going to go for the research on the chassis side, to be able to research 2 things at once on the chassis side. That's going to be very important. That will be done in 11 days. That will be done in 9 days. I think there's only a week between Bahrain and Saudi Arabia, unfortunately, so they won't be done for the next Grand Prix. But happy, very, very happy, in fact, with that. We gained fuel in that last race as well. So it says balanced tyre set from our previous experience here. We'll ignore the fuel for now because that was after the bugged fuel aspect of the last save. So we'll probably start about a lap up again, I imagine, in Bahrain. But a 2-stop with 2 mediums seems the way to go with a balanced tyre setup. So we will have balanced. I can't do anything else because I've not got the slots to do it, even though I have the resource points to be able to afford it. Well, to the next Grand Prix weekend we shall go at the beginning of the next episode. But don't expect any rain this time around. It's in the desert. But do join me for it. Drop the video a like if you're enjoying. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss out on any more. I very much appreciate it. And I will see you over in Bahrain.